In this video, we're going to talk about turkeys. Now, you might think you know this king's bird, but we're going to uncover its life, from its diet and social structure to some truly surprising abilities that you probably won't see coming. Okay, let's dive right in. Alright, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a turkey? So turkeys are these large birds native to North America. They belong to an order called Galliformis, which basically means they're related to chickens, pheasants, and quail. So yeah, you could say they're all kind of cousins. And what's amazing is their comeback story. A little over a century ago, wild turkeys were almost completely wiped out. I mean, on the brink of extinction from overhunting and habitat loss. But today, their population has bounced back in a huge way. We're talking about 6 million of them across the continent now. It's really one of the greatest conservation success stories out there. So that's the big picture view. But what's life actually like for an individual turkey? Let's zoom in on their day to day. Well, on average, their lives are pretty short. The males, which are called toms or gobblers, they live for about 3 to 4 years. The females, or hens, tend to live just a little bit longer, maybe around 5 years. A big part of that is because the males just face a lot more risks from predators and hunters. And what do they eat? Well, turkeys are omnivores, which means they eat a little bit of everything. They spend a good chunk of their day just scratching through leaves on the ground, looking for their next meal. That could be acorns and berries, but also insects, spiders, and even the occasional small lizard. They're not picky. In springtime, the hens lay a clutch of about 10 to 12 eggs in a shallow, hidden nest right on the ground. And the baby turkeys, which are called poults, are just incredible. They are so developed that they can actually leave the nest and follow their mom around within just 12 to 24 hours of hatching. Talk about being ready to go. But turkeys definitely aren't solitary creatures. They live in these really complex social groups. So let's take a closer look at what life is like inside the flock. Turkeys are super social. They live in groups called flocks. What's interesting is that these flocks are often separated by gender and age, especially when it's not breeding season. So you might see one flock that's just adult males, another with young males, and then completely separate flocks of hens with their babies. Which raises a good question. In a group with so many big, powerful birds, how do they keep the peace? Who's in charge here? Well, it's all decided by a social hierarchy, or as you probably heard it called, the pecking order. This ranking gets established through a lot of showing off, and sometimes, actual fights. This is especially true for the males during mating season. They put on these incredible shows. They'll strut around with their tails all fanned out, puff up their feathers, and make that famous gobbling sound. It's all about establishing dominance and attracting the hens. Of course, life in a flock isn't without its dangers. Turkeys face constant threats. You got predators like coyotes and bobcats on the ground, and hawks and owls coming from the air. Even the eggs aren't safe. Snakes are notorious for raiding nests. And, of course, you have to add humans to that list as well. So now that we know a bit about their daily grind, let's get into some of the stuff that makes turkeys truly surprising. So, you know how domesticated turkeys on farms can't fly? They're just bred to be too heavy? Well, wild turkeys are powerful flyers. They don't go for long distances, but in these short bursts, they can hit incredible speeds, up to 55 miles per hour. And they're just as impressive on the ground. When a turkey needs to make a quick getaway, it can sprint at speeds up to 20 miles an hour. So yeah, they can really move when they need to. And their abilities don't stop there. Here are a few more fascinating facts for you. First off, only the male turkeys make that classic gobble sound. They also had incredible, almost panoramic vision, about 270 degrees, which helps them spot predators. And get this, they're supposedly good swimmers. To stay safe at night, they fly up into trees to roost. And finally, ever wonder where the name came from? It's actually a case of mistaken identity. Europeans confused them with a totally different bird that was being imported through the country of Turkey, and the name just stuck. So when you think about their social lives, their incredible athletic abilities, it's pretty clear there's way more to this bird than just a holiday dinner table. It's a resilient survivor, a complex social animal, and a true icon of North American wildlife. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.